For thousands of years, before the first white pill was ever pressed in a laboratory, the human medicine cabinet was rooted in the earth. From the floodplains of the Nile to the high meadows of the Alps, ancient healers looked to the botanical world to soothe everything from childbirth to battlefield wounds. While modern pharmaceuticals offer rapid, standardized relief, many of our most common medications, including aspirin and morphine, find their origins in these very plants. Today, as we grapple with the side effects and complexities of synthetic painkillers, there is a renewed interest in the biological intelligence of ancient remedies. Here are 20 ancient plants that have been used across cultures to manage pain, along with the science that explains why they work. The founders of modern relief. 1. White willow bark, Salix alba. Used by the Sumerians and described by Hippocrates, willow bark is the ancestor of aspirin. It contains salicin, which the body converts into salicylic acid. The difference: unlike synthetic aspirin, willow bark contains a complex mix of flavonoids and polyphenol that protect the stomach lining, offering a gentler but slower-acting relief for headaches and joint pain. 2. Turmeric, curcuma longa. The golden spice of Ayurveda is perhaps the most researched anti-inflammatory on earth. Its active compound, curcumin, inhibits the NF-κB molecule, which travels into the nuclei of your cells and turns on genes related to inflammation. Modern insight: studies have shown that high-quality turmeric extract can be as effective as ibuprofen for knee osteoarthritis, without the gastric side effects. 3. Opium poppy, Papaver somniferum. The most powerful natural analgesic known to man. Used since 3400 BC, it contains alkaloids like morphine and codeine. The caution: while it kills pain instantly, its high potential for addiction is why it remains the most strictly controlled plant in history. The joint and muscle soothers. 4. Devil's claw, Harpagophytum procumbens. Native to the Kalahari Desert, this plant's hooked fruit gives it its name. Its roots contain iridoid glycosides, which have potent anti-inflammatory effects. Use case: it is widely used in Europe to treat lower back pain and rheumatoid arthritis. 5. Boswellia, Boswellia serrata. Also known as Indian frankincense, this resin prevents the formation of leukotrienes, molecules that cause inflammation in the joints and airways. The edge: it is particularly effective for those who cannot tolerate NSAIDs, like Aleve or Advil. 6. Arnica, Arnica montana. A staple of mountain folk medicine, arnica is the bruise plant. Application: while toxic if eaten, when applied topically as a gel, it stimulates blood flow and reduces swelling from sprains and muscle aches. 7. Ginger, Zingiber officinale. More than just a kitchen spice, ginger contains gingerols and showgales. The science: research suggests that consuming ginger daily can reduce exercise-induced muscle pain by up to 25%, acting as a natural COX-2 inhibitor. Topical and nerve specialists. 8. Cayenne pepper, Capsicum annuum. The heat in peppers comes from capsaicin. The mechanism: when applied to the skin, capsaicin depletes substance P, a chemical that sends pain signals to the brain. It is one of the few natural treatments effective for nerve pain, neuropathy. 9. Wintergreen, Gaultheria procumbens. Native American tribes used wintergreen tea for fevers and aches. It contains methyl salicylate, which is chemically almost identical to aspirin but absorbed through the skin. 10. Comfrey, Symphytum officinale. Known as knit bone in Old English herbalism, comfrey root contains allantoin, which speeds up cell regeneration. Note: modern science recommends it for external use only to treat blunt force trauma and sprains. The sedatives and opium alternatives. 11. Wild lettuce, Lactuca virosa. Often called opium lettuce, this common weed secretes a milky substance called lacticarium. The effect: it doesn't contain opiates, but it acts on the central nervous system to produce a sedative effect that calms the panic of acute pain. 12. Valerian root, Valeriana officinalis. Known as nature's Valium, it was used in ancient Greece to treat hysteria and pain-induced insomnia. It increases the amount of GABA in the brain, helping the body relax into a state where pain is less perceptible. 13. St. John's wort, Hypericum perforatum. While famous for depression, Ancients used the red oil of this plant for shooting pains and sciatica. It is one of the few botanicals that specifically targets nerve endings. Ancient antibiotics and general aids. 14. Cloves, Syzygium aromaticum. If you've ever had a toothache, you know cloves. They contain eugenol, a natural anesthetic. Pro tip: dabbing clove oil on a sore tooth provides nearly instant numbing, a practice documented as far back as the Han Dynasty. 15. Eucalyptus, Eucalyptus globulus. The leaves of this Australian native contain eucalyptol. Inhaling the vapor or applying the oil reduces systemic inflammation and clears pain associated with sinus pressure. 16. Peppermint, Mentha piprita. Menthol acts as a calcium antagonist on pain-sensing fibers. Use: peppermint oil rubbed on the temples is a clinically proven treatment for tension headaches. 17. Feverfew, Tanacetum parthenium. As the name suggests, it was used to lower fevers, but its true power lies in preventing migraines by inhibiting the release of serotonin and prostaglandins that cause blood vessels to spasm. The rare and the resilient. 18. Cat's claw, Uncaria tomentosa. A woody vine from the Amazon rainforest. It contains oxindole alkaloids that boost the immune system and reduce the swelling of arthritis. 19. Rosemary, Rosmarinus officinalis. Ancient scholars wore rosemary wreaths to improve memory, but the oil contains rosmarinic acid, which has been found to soothe muscle spasms and improve circulation to cold, pained limbs. 20. Meadowsweet, Filipendula ulmaria. This beautiful wildflower was the actual plant from which salicylic acid was first isolated in the 1800s. It acts much like willow bark, but was traditionally preferred for its sweet, honey-like scent. The philosophical shift: why natural isn't weak. The modern misconception is that plant medicine is just a weak version of real medicine. In reality, plants often provide a multi-targeted approach, where a pharmaceutical drug is a silver bullet designed to hit one specific receptor. A plant like turmeric or ginger is a scattergun of dozens of different compounds that work together to lower inflammation, protect the gut, and support the liver simultaneously. The importance of respect and safety. While these plants are ancient, they are also powerful chemicals. Synergy and interference. Many of these plants can interact with modern medications. For example, willow bark should not be taken with blood thinners. Quality matters. The instant relief promised by ancients often came from fresh, potent harvests. Modern store-bought supplements vary wildly in quality. Moving forward, integrating the old and new. We are living in a golden age of integrative medicine. We no longer have to choose between the laboratory and the forest. We can use the rapid relief of modern medicine for emergencies while leaning on the deep, systemic healing of ancient plants for chronic, long-term wellness. By understanding these 20 plants, we aren't just looking at history. We are looking at a roadmap for a more balanced, sustainable way of managing the human experience of pain.